I mean, this looks pretty grim. If anybody sees this, maybe give them some hopium. The hopium that I have. It's in my case, it's not hopium. I feel like I almost know for a fact the outcome here. But of course, nobody ever knows anything for sure. It's not financial advice, so on and so forth. All right, so I'm gonna try to make this real quick. One of the main reasons I expect this is the bottom is the current level of BTC USD longs. It happens to be right here, which is where I posted my chart about this, I believe, because the title of the public chart was that it was at the one, or that it bounced off this anyway, which was a good sign. So I know that I at least considered that a good sign. I think I might have posted my public chart somewhere around here. And since then, it's like topped off exactly. I may have made a couple of these lines in the short term after I made the public chart. I'm not sure, but you see it bounced right off of there. This chart obviously responds to TA, is my point. And obviously this was a key area. It started a 20% increase of longs. So this whole zone here is very key, and we're still at the very top of it. So that has a ways to go before that's in trouble, basically. And I got bullish divergence. And then Bitcoin shorts. Again, this one I know for a fact, it didn't bounce off my line perfectly. I don't think on my public chart. I don't know what I did exactly when I adjusted these lines, but these are my lines I've been watching lately, and it bounced right off that line perfectly, and giving me more confidence is this potential head and shoulders pattern on the 2-hour RSI. Now, I have a lot of people in the chat room giving me shit about doing TA in general in the contract charts. Now, of course, they're especially going to be in disbelief about doing it on the indicators of the contract charts, but I mean, trend lines and all, Fibonacci, like a lot of the time, let me just show you an example here. Like I've used Fibonacci like on a rise like this to predict where it might top off at the 1.618 or something. And look at that. See, it's proved my point exactly. So TA works on contract charts, period. TA work, like if you're a non-believer in TA, it does work. Sometimes it pisses you off and you got to adjust it as you go, but that's the whole point. Use it as a guide, not as a necessarily as a prediction tool. Anyway, the only other thing that I can really think of that makes me especially bullish at the moment is, well, I'll show you the altcoins after, but this doji right here, it's a long-legged doji. I put that on Twitter last night. I can't remember the exact phrasing, so I'll just show you what it means. Alright, the long-legged doji suggests that the forces of supply and demand are nearing equilibrium and a reversal may occur. So, of course, it's more significant on the higher time frames. 2 hours, a decently high time frame. And it hasn't really seen any rise since then, any significant rise. So I expect there to be one, and then that significant rise will start to kick off the short squeeze that I've been predicting for months. I'll just real quick go over, like, because of fundamental analysis part here with the stock markets. So I've been predicting bearish activity here on the US dollar currency index for quite some time on Facebook and Twitter, and made a public chart right here at the tippy top and finding support here for now. But I believe that's going to keep going down, bounce its way down. Hopefully, if the short squeeze happens, it may just, boom, it could be down here tonight after, for some reason this chart goes on pause for like an hour and a half every night. And lately, every time it's unpaused, it's lower. Well, it could go on pause somewhere around here and be unpaused somewhere around here, and that could kick off the short squeeze. Who knows? It wouldn't surprise me because of this here, where I predicted the bottom of the euro versus the dollar, because partly because of the whole bearishness on DXY, and this is the most correlated fiat currency as far as DXY goes. This broke the 1.618 I was watching, so I suspect it's got some momentum still. It's looking very strong, holding up. Without looking at indicators, is obviously at the moment saying that, but so yeah, so the fundamental analysis part, like, this is what I've been waiting for. I've been because this is what Bitcoin was invented for, is to fix all this bullshit, this this inflated, these bubbles all over the place, basically. Like, if you don't watch Carl the Moon, if you haven't heard of him, check him out on YouTube. He talks about it all the time. I agree with just about everything he says as far as that goes anyway. The whole world economy, like, fiat currencies are all doomed in the long run unless they're backed by something. As far as I know, there aren't many. The dollar's no different, really. It's just got the for some reason, America just has the power that it does, and that's the way it is for now. But so yeah, the Dow Jones, last I knew, was still pretty bearish too. Look at that real quick. Yeah, so in my public chart, I posted that I would have taken my short somewhere around here, my hypothetical short, because I have no capital to work with. Because that was the original trade plan, based on when I made this chart public, like back in May. But honestly, I would have taken it more like up here as it was falling through this head and shoulders, or this bear flag. Not that it really matters, but yeah, the bearishness was plain to see to me, and the correlation with the DXY falling and whatnot. I would have easily shorted this if I had some capital to work with. I would have slept well. Well, actually, yeah, I sleep during the day anyway, so I would have slept well. Anyway, so yeah, the fundamental part of it. See, hopefully this is the kickoff of the short squeeze right here. One last short-term shakeout and fucking launch. I don't know. This is such bullshit. Anyway. Yeah, Bitcoin was invented for this, so yeah, this is what the catalyst, I believe this is the catalyst I've been waiting for all year, and like, the media and like everybody, just the whole concept of an ETF in general, it makes everybody think that that's what the catalyst has to be, but the catalyst, especially considering this is what Bitcoin was invented for. The greedy corporations and banks and whatever, governments may be artificially inflating the stock market, maybe, I don't know. Eventually Bitcoin's going to fix all this shit. I believe it's going to be the solution to these worthless fiat currencies as they start to collapse beyond usability. We can't take wheelbarrows of money to go buy shit. Which could end up being the case if they don't make the transition to blockchain technology. So I've been predicting for a while publicly on Twitter that like it could be, you know, back before all these other stablecoins even existed. I was like, you know, US dollar tether or something else like it, I predict will one day be, you know, the world reserve currency. And that's that, basically. There was more to it, but that's all I remember. So I think that's all I have to say for now. I wanted to make it short. I think I succeeded, maybe. I'm good enough. Good luck. Oh, yeah. We got this doji too, by the way, right here. It looks pretty good. That's all I can say. I mean, if as long as it stays above 61.25, I'm still bullish. If it goes below that, I start to get very worried. You know, a shake out to 57, 58, whatever, 57.75. Fine. If it has to happen, I can see it happening, possibly. But at this level, I'm not betting on it. I would not put a short position on it. I would not short it until below the 2018 low. So I would not want to be in that position that these guys are in up here at the top over and over again. Just, I don't know. They've made good money this year. Good for them. But a lot of them got wrecked too in the meantime. Anyway, that's it. Goodbye. Good luck.